Hello, and a very heartfelt welcome to this channel. Now I know what you're thinking. Darren Fonzo, the workers' rights guy? What's he got to do with Veterans Day? Well, buckle up, because we're about to take a wild ride through American history. We love to throw around phrases like, "thank you for your service." But what does honoring veterans truly mean? Is it just empty platitudes, or could it be something more concrete?
The brave men and women who served in our armed forces didn't just fight for our freedom overseas. They came home and fought for fairness and equality right here on American soil. From the Bonus Army March in 1932 to the Battle of Blair Mountain in 1921, veterans have always been at the forefront of the fight for workers' rights.
Their struggle led to landmark victories, like the National Workers' Compensation Commission of 1972. But those hard-fought protections have been chipped away by corporations and politicians more interested in profits than people. Today, the amount of compensation you get for losing a limb can vary wildly depending on what state you live in. An arm is worth $35,000 in one state, but cross the border, and suddenly it's worth $750,000.
This isn't just some abstract policy debate. This is about real lives, real families, real pain. It's about the construction worker who falls off a scaffold and can't afford the medical bills. It's about the nurse who gets a career-ending injury and loses everything she's worked for. It's a betrayal of our most fundamental values.
The COVID-19 pandemic shone a harsh spotlight on this injustice. Remember all those folks we called essential workers? Many of them, often immigrants, were forced to work without adequate safety gear, without paid sick leave, without the most basic protections, and when they got sick, they were abandoned.
Instead of stepping up and providing real support for injured workers, states and corporations have engaged in cost shifting. They've dumped the burden onto federal programs like Social Security, disability insurance, and Medicaid. Workers and veterans are left stranded, drowning in debt, losing their homes, their dignity, their hope.
The Social Security disability insurance system is drowning. It's overwhelmed with a backlog of cases, leaving people waiting years for the support they desperately need. People are falling through the cracks, forced into poverty, driven to despair. And veterans, those who sacrifice so much for our country, are being denied the very benefits they earned. They face endless red tape, bureaucratic nightmares, and heartless denials from the VA. Thousands of veterans die by suicide every year, abandoned, forgotten, failed by the very system that should be there to support them. But here's the thing, we've been here before. Remember those veterans who fought for workers' rights in the past? Their courage and sacrifice paved the way for the progress we've made.
Now, it's our turn. We can't stay silent while these hard-won protections crumble around us. If we truly want to honor their service, we need to finish the fight they started. We need to demand a new workers' compensation commission that ensures every worker in this country has the same basic rights and protections.
This Veterans Day, let's move beyond empty platitudes and meaningless gestures. Let's honor veterans with action, not just words. Let's demand real change, lasting change. Change that reflects the values we claim to hold dear. We are not equal until we are all equal. Look, this is a complex issue, I get it. But that's no excuse for inaction. We all have a role to play in this fight. Educate yourselves, contact your representatives, support organizations fighting for workers' rights. Because when we stand up for one another, we honor the sacrifices of those who came before us by building a better future together.